Hey folks, this is Zach. I am on this island me and my buddy has kayaked to, and I'm going to walk a little loop around it and see what we can find. He is on the other side of the island trying to get some drone footage, but I've had a little walk out here. I know there's cool stuff, so let's go have a look. We were just out here. That's our footprints. We were going to try walking through this, but it might be where an alligator lives. I'm not quite sure. The island is sort of out in the Gulf of Mexico. We kayaked out here. It took maybe an hour. There's people fishing out here. He said he caught something a while back. We saw some dolphins recently. I'll splice in a little video of that into this video. But yeah, it's cold outside. I'm barefoot. I got a jacket on though. I'm gonna be walking through the water to the next part. Ooh, that's cold water. It's maybe in the 60s. But it's not too bad. There's nothing too sharp here. Whew. My feet are all chilly now. But we're on an island. You could absolutely camp here if you wanted to. We're gonna go see some driftwood in a minute. There definitely have been some people out here. Right now I'm just sort of wading through water with my pants all rolled up. I grew up next to places like this actually. I grew up in Sarasota. We got a lot of mangrove swamps and not even mangrove swamps, like sort of coastal mangrove areas, estuaries where the salt and the fresh water mix. You get sharks out here, you get dolphins, you get alligators sometimes, and lots of birds and fish. So, right now, the reason I'm not walking on the shore is because some of that grass is a bit pointy. I don't want to stick in my feet. That guy in the boat just said something about flesh-eating bacteria that you get if you step on oysters, so try not to step on those either. But I'm about to go up on shore. And here we are, back on the nice sand. Lots of little rocks mixed in. So a lot of these, this like half of a rock, and inside it used to be an animal. This thing lived in the water. It's called a bivalve. You can open and close. This is the same type of thing. Oop, here it is. This one's closed, but I could open it with one hand. Yeah. See, this is like half of the animal, and the actual fleshy bit would live inside. I've heard that I had a girlfriend that did diving. She said you should not be taking all those pretty rocks away from shore because the animal gets bigger and it moves out of this shell, and if you've taken all the other shells out of the water, it can't find a bigger shell to move into. So it's not good for the environment to take these away from the shore. All right, I'm going to keep going. My voice sounds funny. It's because it's chilly out here. It's cold out. I've just been in the water for a little while. But we got all these little roots coming up. I don't know what kind of tree this is, but it's growing right next to the salt water, which is cool. Some trees could deal with salt. A lot of them can't. And here we go. We got a sort of fallen palm tree here. And you can see its root system. It's all exposed. Let's get a better look at that. Ooh, that water's really coming into shore. It was I walked here a while ago, 30 minutes ago, but it was all the way back in that grass. But here's this palm tree getting sort of eroded away by the wind and the water. It's got all these little roots, sort of soft, crackly roots in here. So they don't fall down too easy, actually, because of all the roots. I'm passing by a bunch more palm trees, actually. Live ones this time. You can hear all the wind blowing through them. And, oh, I see something up ahead that I might want for my house, actually. It looks like a lawn chair. So, let's get over this. Oh, and let's keep going. Not really sure what this is either. It sort of looks like a juniper. You got these little berries. I'm going to try to crush one and smell it or taste it. Ooh. Yeah, that smells like a juniper. If you've ever drank the drink called gin, alcoholic drink, it's made with those berries, or it should be, if it's real. I'm sure these days they do lots of chemical stuff. Oh, I see my buddy up ahead too. I'll try not to interrupt his filming. He might be flying a drone right now. All right, he's not flying a drone, but you look offshore there's sort of big fallen trees. I don't know if the hurricane took them down or what, but those are going to turn into driftwood eventually. I will walk closer, but the ground here is rocky, and up here we got some sort of nasty looking scummy water. Oh, listen to the sound that makes. Yeah, here we are. We got this big old driftwood tree. Eventually this will all drift into shore, and you can use it as firewood or as decorations. But I want to get back and check out that chair. Ooh. All right, I could use a new chair in my little pad, so let's see if I can actually sit in it. Whew. All right, here. Yeah, I can sit in it. So, holy shit. It's not moving the best, but I might just leave it out here on this island actually for fishermen and campers to use, but it sort of works. Next to this chair actually, just found a shotgun shell. Empty one, used. So I don't know what they're shooting at here, maybe ducks or something, but cool shotgun shell. Lots of trash out here actually, lots of cans and bottles scattered about. My buddy had the idea that I could do a video just picking up all the trash I find out here, like a little cleanup event. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. My first few viewers. Right now I still have like 20 subs at most. And out this way, see some little bird tracks. There's not much else out here. I don't know if anything lives here, but definitely crabs. You got their, ooh, if it will focus. Go like put my camera on my knee. Wow, I can't even use that bit of the video, I think. There's a crab claw, you can open and close it. But out here it looks like people have been having bonfires or something. Cinder blocks sitting around. I don't know I guess you just sit on this. And there's tons of driftwood out here. Like loads of trees have fallen down. I don't know if it's from a hurricane or what, but they are all over the place, just sitting out there. Look at that, it's like a big dick-shaped tree. And I'm walking through all this driftwood now, trying not to stick my feet on these. And ooh, you got a big crab claw here. So let's see if we can open it. Yep. Oh, look at that. That's like little teeth on there. I guess like little dinosaur teeth inside the crab claw. That's terrifying. I would not want to be a fish. Anyway, let's keep going. We're going past these sort of fallen trees and this stuff, which it looks like a big net sort of came down, but yeah, it's seaweed inside. It's just turned black on the outside. Anyway, now we get past this and stop bothering my friend. He's sitting around. He might set up his drone maybe. And I'm out here on this sort of beach right now, just walking barefoot. There's not many people out here. I hear a few motorboats in the distance. I talked to a fisherman, but it's just me and my buddy and the dolphins mostly, which is pretty cool. If you ever get a chance, you're down in Florida or anywhere on this coast of the US, rent a kayak, or if you have a kayak, take one and come out to these places. They're the best places to see the sunset because you are totally by yourself. It's not crowded like on the beach. And all this natural scenic beauty reminds me of a horrible story, because obviously before I filmed this I took a lap around the island with my buddy. I didn't actually want to start a YouTube channel at the beginning. Oh, quick diversion. We have a driftwood sort of encrusted with oysters and shells on here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to turn the camera. So it's like crusted with these oysters and shells. There's barnacles in here, which, oh, I got one here. If it'll focus. It's not going to focus, that's all right. I only got one hand for this. But these are like, they have little animals inside them, like coral, and they'll grow on ships and wood. And old-fashioned wooden boats or ships would have to beach and scrape off all the barnacles, otherwise it would slow them down in the water. But yeah, this would be some nice wood for a fire. Anyway, I didn't originally want to do YouTube. My friend makes all his money off YouTube, and he said, you're about to hike across the country, you gotta document this. And I said, but it might ruin the adventure, you know? I don't want to see my whole trip through the eyes of a camera. But I sort of realized that when you reflect on stuff, when you're talking as you adventure, it makes you like see more of it, sort of. And also you can share it with other people, which is cool. But in this case, and probably in a lot of the cases in the future, if I see something really cool, I'm going to walk past it myself with no camera for the first time and just take it in. And then if I want to, I might film it for YouTube and like walk back through it. That way I probably seen the signage, I could like interpret it a bit better and give more information about it. It won't be my first impression sometimes, but you gotta make compromises. I don't really like the idea of traveling and just like traveling through a camera and not seeing it all for myself and just enjoying it. Just a side note, there is some weird garbage out here. Just found a wooden wedge. There's a really old bottle down here. Ow. Oh, sharp plants too. Ouch. So I'm standing there on one foot and take a look at this. Those are all sand spurs stuck in my foot. I'm gonna pull them out and I'll pull them out on camera, why not? Try to knock them in my fingers. Ooh. Brings back vivid memories of one time when I was a kid. I had not toughened my feet up yet. I stepped on maybe this many sand spurs and they went deep into my foot. And let me do this off camera. I'll tell a story after. They're all out. That was just maybe 7 of them. But anyways, my feet are tough these days. I do lots of barefoot stuff. So I have that like extra layer of skin on them, like a dog's paw. I can just pull stuff straight out. It doesn't hurt so much. But when I was a kid once, I was walking down Nokomis Beach or Siesta Key, and I stepped on 7 or 8 sand spurs, and I could not get them out. I was tugging on them, and it hurt so much because I didn't have enough skin on my feet to just pull them straight out. So I sort of had to walk on my knees down back to the car and soak my feet in hot water before I pulled them out with tweezers. Fortunately, I just ripped those ones out. It didn't hurt that much. Just I was smart enough not to take another step and shove them in deeper. Anyway, the tide's sort of coming in. I'm going to be careful not to walk too far inland where there are sand spurs and pointy things. But we got some big old trees there. And it's a big island. You see on the other side, I don't know my measurements. This is maybe a square quarter kilometer, half a kilometer, I don't even know. There's some woods over on that side and little tiny woods over there. And sort of big, probably alligator infested swamp in the middle. But I did say I'd tell a nasty story, and now I sort of have to. So Bear Grylls, classic adventurer. If you're not American, you might not know him. He's done all sorts of crazy survival shows, and he's been roasted a few times because apparently once he was supposed to be camping and he built his camp on the channel, then went to a hotel. I won't mess with him over that because he's done crazier stuff than I have ever done. But speaking of crazy stuff he's done, one time he was on a raft. He was like it was an episode where he was like, I'm gonna survive on this raft with just like a piece of wire for fishing and a tube. And I had no idea what the tube was for until later on he said, I haven't had water for days and my evaporator's not working. But I can't drink this water on the ship. It's full of bird poop and stuff. If I drink it, I'll get sick. But I know a way I can ingest it. And then he took all this water, put it into the tube, and put the tube up his butt and gave himself like a bird crap water enema. And he said, it's all right. Your butt could take in the water for you and you won't get sick from it. And it was the nastiest thing I've ever seen on TV. But he did it. And that's like, imagine surviving being stranded on a raft because you give yourself an enema of water. That's insane. I don't even know if I should put that one on YouTube. Bear Grylls, I respect you if you're out there. You're crazy. Anyway, let's keep filming on this island before the sun sets without me noticing. I'm walking again now, and there's some pretty big tracks. Use my hand for comparison. It looks like they got 5 toes and a little paw. I'm guessing someone brought their dog out here. I don't see how a raccoon or another large animal would make it out here otherwise. I'm thinking it's a dog, but it could always be something wild and nastier. Let's keep going. We got some burned wood here. People are definitely camping out here and having fires. I mean, aside from that chair, that's some other evidence of it right there. But we're coming up near the edge of the island, and over there, that is not connected. That's the peninsula. We're sort of out near Suwannee right now, and that's just classic Florida coast out there. And way out there, it sort of stretches around. I guess that might be the panhandle out there, the panhandle of Florida. Florida's sort of a weird shape. It sort of has like a downward section. It looks like a big dong. Then it has a flat section at the top that we call it the panhandle. So we might be looking all the way across Florida right now, in a way. Anyway, I found some more driftwood. Ooh, that's heavy. It's very heavy. Oh, that's at least 30 or 40 pounds actually. It's crusted with barnacles and stuff. Absolutely crusted. And it's very, very tough wood. That would make for a good fire, I think. If I don't know if we're having a fire out here. I think we'll just leave the wood for the next people to come out, because we're just watching the sunset then paddling home. But that's pretty nice. You could definitely live out here for a little while if you had a fishing rod. I'm walking on the ground here, and this stuff, it's not rock, this is like mud, but it's full of roots and stuff. I feel like this is, ooh, little bits of plastic too, it's not good. This is the stuff that's getting eroded away into sand. Like, the island is made out of this dirt stuff that used to be part of the coast, and now it's just slowly getting melted away by the tide and turned into sand. Sort of like this tree here. It's fallen down and now it has a bunch of little holes and stuff from animals and erosion. But I'm going to sort of walk through the water here, because I'm not stepping over this. It looks like all these trees have fallen down. This is their roots. But I'm back in the water. There's more trash. Oh, what? Oh, that, I don't know what this is. This might be like a weird sponge or some sort of animal. I'm going to leave it in the water just in case it's alive. But yeah, we're back on the shore, and I'm coming right up to this tip of the island. And while I'm walking, all these trees are growing on this mud stuff. And once the mud gets eroded down by all the waves and turns into sand, it looks like all the trees lose their roots and they just die. So at some point, this island will not exist anymore. Not because of the tide rising, just because of that stuff getting eroded away by the waves. Whew, and look at that sunset behind me. It's a classic Florida sunset. That's beautiful. I will, at some point, once it really sets, I'll turn the camera around so we can see it. There we go. It's sort of out there. Looks like clouds are on fire out there. That's crazy. And what a place to see it too, out on this island. It's just the two of us, no one else. Anyway, let's keep walking. I'm going to do like a loop around the island and come back to where my friend is and get my camera turned off. And we'll just watch the sunset together. Got some beers out there. The gas station beers. But yeah, he gave me the idea because he's an environmentalist, and he said we should do like a trash cleanup on this island. It's full of nasty stuff. He said like people would like watching a YouTube video of just us picking up the trash and like showing our haul at the end, like showing how much we had, which is a cool idea. I'd like to gauge people's interest in it before I do it, because it'd be weird to kayak out here with trash bags and stuff, and then just make a video and people aren't interested in it. So I'll see if anyone, once I have more subs in the comment section, people will tell me if it's a good idea. Like when I was in Bali, there was I mentioned this before, but I went to this mangrove swamp that was just full of trash. Then a few years later, some other foreigner went there, organized the cleanup, and now it's like, it's fresh again. There's no trash there, and it's really pretty. And I thought that was really cool. But I don't know how you'd organize something like that. It'd be like a government-sponsored event even. But yeah, places like this, one or two people can make a difference. I could see one person in 2 or 3 hours picking all the trash off this island and taking it off, which is cool. Oh, let me. You can see people going by in airboats, dressed in all fishing gear, camo and stuff. That's pretty fun. Anyway, let's keep going here. My feet are getting chilly. And that water's pretty cold, so I'm going to avoid those oysters and walk along this sort of, I don't know what this is. It's got some weird stuff in it. Here's like a seed pod bursting open. I'll put that in the sand actually so it might grow better. And I'm going to walk along this seaweed. Guess it's a lot less pointy than all the sand and the sand spurs and grass down there. Let me know what you think. Ooh, look at this colorful stuff. Let me know what you think about videos of cleaning up trash out in places like this. I'm probably going to mostly stick to actual travel videos, but if I ever settle down somewhere, I might make trips and try and make the environment a bit prettier. Walking along this drying seaweed, it's really pretty. It's got all these colors in it. If you pull it up actually, there's even more inside. I don't know if this is edible seaweed. I'm not going to try eating this because it's not very fresh looking, but it's nice to walk on and it's nice to look at. Now that I think of it, it's not a great thought. We beached our kayak, I sort of pulled it up on shore. I'm actually going to walk around the island now and make sure that the tide has not risen up and taken it away. Really pulled it 5 or 6 feet onto shore, and That water is rising pretty fast actually, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I would not want to swim back through this water. It's maybe 100 yards to shore, but there could be gators. There are definitely dolphins. We saw pods of dolphins surfacing. Again, I'll splice a little bit of that into the video, maybe at the end, maybe right after this. So stay tuned for dolphins, a brief silent video of dolphins. And we're back from the dolphins, hopefully. I don't know how much you saw of that. I was zoomed out like 3 times. My camera's just a Google Pixel 3, but oh, we found something cool here. Let's have a look. Walking around the coastline, but got shotgun shells down here, fresh looking ones. Probably been, I don't know if it's been fired. I haven't shot shotgun since I was in Boy Scouts actually. But it's a 12 gauge, nice. It got tubing. Bear Grylls could use this to give himself water in a horrible way. And we got a Florida Gators chair with a crab cage. They'll put these things under the water and crabs will climb in to try to get food or whatever. They can't get out. But I'm going to try sit in this chair before I go any further. All right, here goes. I could always just fall over on my butt. Ooh. Oh, that's like this thing's digging into my back. It's an uncomfortable chair, but it's better than sitting on the ground where there are like sand flies and stuff that bite you. Anyway, they definitely had a bonfire here. You got a bunch of soda cans. You got a little tiny stand of trees actually. But you got a little tiny pit and some burned driftwood. Some actual firewood they brought out, it looks like, too. So people are using this for camping and fires, which is good. I just wish they'd take some more of their trash back so they wouldn't, cigarette butts and soda cans. They wouldn't spoil it for the rest of us who come after. That's always how it is in nature. Try balance. It seems like some people, a lot of people never really go out and enjoy nature, but out of the ones who do, some of them are slobs. They will leave trash everywhere. It's sort of up to the rest of us to clean it up when we are in the right mood to do it. Just so that the people who come after us don't need to see all that trash. Sort of like if you walk into a stall, like a public bathroom, and someone's left a mess on the seat, you gotta be the one to clean it, because if you walk out of there, people are going to think you left the mess. And I feel like it's the same way with nature, but more of like an ethical thing. Like, why would you leave trash in somewhere as beautiful as this? But here we are. We're at the sort of northeast corner of the beach. Out there is the way we kayaked. Our kayak's actually out that ways. I'll come back there in a second, but there's some sort of nasty looking foam piling up. I don't know what this is from, but I'm sticking my toe in it. Oh, I hope you can hear that sound. That's horrible. Wow. Well, I don't know what that foam was. Hopefully my toe doesn't get like a flesh-eating virus or something. That's fun. That's probably from like a plastic or pollution or something. I don't know. But we're going to walk along this way. I'll see how far I could get without going in the water because it's getting colder. And let's keep going. Before we go though, look at this. There's like a little rope here. Oh, I need to turn off the camera. I gotta use 2 hands. Maybe I could prop it up here. Nah. All right, this is cool. I pulled up something here. It's covered in rust. Oh, I almost stabbed myself with that. What is this? Oh, I don't know if it's like part of a crab pot or what. Look at this thing. It's just like I don't know what that is. But I'm going to leave it. It's probably part of a crab pot or like part of a stand for a tent or something, or a grill. I have no clue. We're going to keep walking this way. Leave that with the rest of the trash. And I'm going to actually enter the water here because there could be more sand spurs here. I don't want to get more little stab wounds in my feet. I'm in the water. Ooh, my hair is funny today. I'm passing by our state tree, sable palmetto. And it's related to saw palmetto, which famously they use the berries to cure prostate cancer. And these ones also have berries. I ate a few. They tasted horrible. I don't know if they will cure any potential prostate cancer I might get. Lots of talks about butts today, with Bear Grylls and saw palmettos, but whatever. That's our state tree back there. Provides environment or habitat for lots of animals, and it sort of grows everywhere. You see it here. It's just growing on this island in the middle of the ocean, sort of, or the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know if a gulf is like a sea or an ocean or what, but you see it inland too. Because it makes sense. A state tree should grow everywhere. There's a bobber. I don't know if there's a crab pot under that or what. You see boats out there too. You hear them definitely. And this is where we saw the dolphins. So probably they were going for fish that were nearby. Oh, this water's getting a bit deeper. I'm going to hurry it up. Go hurry it up, especially because there's, it's muddy here, like it's deep. And there's a little channel up ahead I need to cross. And it might be a bit, slippery there. I'm sinking in now. I've just gone right in, up to my knee. Like a few inches into the mud. That's not fun. I'm going to try to get across this as fast as I can. I don't know if there are gators out here or it could be sharks even. This is salt. Like, let's taste it. Yeah, it's salt water. It could be anything out here. But over there, definitely airboats. Noisy things, but I guess good for fishing. They have flat bottoms. They're fun to ride in if you ever go to the Everglades. Let's see if I can get across this little gap. I gotta say, folks, I crossed this earlier while I was going around the island, but this time the water's deeper. I've just sank into up to my knees a couple times, but I found a little bridge. But down here, you can't see it now, there's too much dust, but I'm standing on a plank of wood here. Someone's put across the channel, so look at that mud. That's all the way up my ankles and legs. I sank right up to my knees there. You could definitely get stuck in this if you were dumb. Not like quicksand, but still a bit sticky. So I'm going to make my way to the other side and keep walking before the water gets any higher. I'm out of that channel at least. That mud sinks really deep when you put your weight on it, unfortunately. I'm walking through the water again. The cold isn't bothering me much, but hopefully we make it out. That took like 5 minutes. Hopefully we make it back to the other side in time for the full sunset, if we see it. It's a bit of a cloudy, cold day today, so it might not be too big, but we'll look. As we go, we can actually hear the waves washing up against this sort of, again, it's this weird mud stuff that's holding all the roots of these plants in. So I think over time this is getting eroded into the water, and this island will shrink and shrink until it's just not here anymore, which is sort of interesting. We could be the last few thousand people to land on this island and see it. I don't know if it'll take years or decades, but this island's going to disappear eventually. There will be no more. You really see it here. Look at this. It's like such a weird texture, but it's just pockholed. It's full of little holes where the water has eroded it, and more and more of it is sort of destroyed. More of this grass is just getting pulled into the water, I guess, and dying. And you got this weird seagrass growing instead. So I think over time this will turn to a little shallow area, which is cool. It'll be like a sandbar. The water, and I see something ahead actually. I want to check it out. It looks like a little plank of wood, like maybe a bridge that leads onto land. So we're going to have a look at it before I get back to the kayak. Which, I'm really hoping it's still there. The water's risen 6 or 7 feet and might have dragged our boat out. But at worst, it's a long, cold swim. Here we are, got a little plank of wood. It goes into land. I'm going to try balance on this. Very sharp grass on either side of me. It's sinking down further right now. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, it's just dry grass. Looks like a place where people maybe fish or camp. Got flattened down reeds and people shooting shotguns out there. You got me falling down into the grass. I'm going to take this bridge back to the water and keep walking. All of this grass, by the way, is like, this points like little needles. That is not fun when it's poking me in the balls. And you can hear in the back people shooting shotguns. I always thought with guns, I've been a gun owner before, briefly. Will be again once I start hiking outside Florida. I think guns are fun as long as you have one also. When you hear guns being shot and you don't have one, you're like, oh, I have no self-defense. Well, we passed it too. There's a little crab down here. Oh, this one has died very recently. He's still got all his legs and stuff. Leave him down there for the birds or the bugs or whatever. But yeah, this is just a little island full of crabs and birds and stuff. That's nice. And finally, I'm almost back on land. I'm getting tired of getting bitten by sand flies and stepping on little sharp sticks and roots and shells out here. But here, we're back on dry land, dry-ish, And I'm going, yes, our kayak's still here too. Here it is. Got a nice 2-person kayak with one oar, that is, or one paddle rather. That's way too long for it. My paddle. Oh. Here we go. I might actually pick up my fuzzy hat for later, because that'll be nice and warm. Got my hat, and go take a little drink from my water flask. Then we'll keep going. We gotta cross through the water that way and meet up with my friend on the other side. All right, as I walk through the water again, I realize I will have to do this one more time to get back to the boat. But I don't know if the sun has set yet. I'm gonna go see if it has. My friend brought donut holes and something green. We will eat them together. Nothing better than donut holes on a trip. And I think that's the end of the video, folks. So peace. See you all next time. And thanks for sort of metaphorically coming out to this island with me. See you later, everyone.